Okay. All right, so start in a constructive rest position. Feet out to the edges of your mat, knees dropping in towards each other, and arms just comfortably resting out at your sides. And just give your body a moment or two to just come into this position and get nice and comfortable. Allow a few moments for your tailbone to get settled in, for your shoulders to get snuggled in. And then once you feel like you've got everything settled in, with your hands out at your sides a little bit, so just elbows slightly away from your ribs, draw your palms to your belly. So palms facing down, and just let them rest gently on your belly. And then before you take the time to notice the breath or any of that kind of stuff, notice the warmth of your belly. And then notice the texture of the fabric of your clothes against your hands. And then notice the texture of the fabric against the skin of your belly. And then start to notice the gentle rise and fall of your belly as you breathe in and breathe out. And then maybe offer up a bit of appreciation or gratitude for the soft texture of the belly, the skin, the fatty tissue, and the just givingness of the belly that moves with you in all these different directions, gently moves with the breath, helps support all your organs, keeps everything nice and contained, but moves with everything that goes on in there. So just take a minute to just really appreciate this lovely, soft, and warm place that your body provides. And then see if you can start to deepen the breath, drawing the breath in through the nostrils. Allow your belly to fill up. And exhale through your nostrils, but let the exhale be nice and slow. Inhale through the nose, allow your belly to fill up. Exhale through the nose, let all of that air go, but let it be a natural exhale. So you don't have to force or push the breath out, but just let the air go. Inhale through the nose, belly expands. And exhale nice and slow. And take one more breath here and really let your belly fill up, let it expand, let it fill up underneath your hands. And then exhale nice and slow. Great. And then from here, we're going to start our little swimming arms. So right hand is going to extend up alongside your ear. Left hand is going to reach down. And then as we inhale, hands are going to meet at the middle. And exhale, stretch the left arm up, right hand down. Inhale, arms are going to meet at the middle. Exhale, switch and take it in the opposite direction. Inhale, arms meet in the middle. And exhale, stretch. Inhale, arms meet in the middle. And exhale, stretch. On this next inhale, arms are going to meet in the middle, and then we're going to stretch both arms up and overhead. So a little yawn to the top half of the body, and let your ribs move and open up just a little bit. Take a nice deep breath here. And then can you soften your arms into cactus or goalpost arms? So pull the elbows wide into that nice goalpost shape with your elbows in line with the shoulders, palms facing up. And then give a second to just let your shoulder blades settle in. Rearrange your neck, rearrange your tailbone, make sure everything feels good. And then before we move from this place, just take a moment to set an intention to honor your mind and your body throughout your practice. Never doing anything in your practice that would cause your body pain, and treating yourself with love, care, and respect. And then with that intention set, we're going to take it into some windshield wipers with the knees. So start by gently dropping your knees side to side. Start by moving in a small range of motion that feels comfortable, and then slowly allow that range of motion to increase just as your hips awaken and the muscle tissue around your hips, your bum, and your side body get a little bit more woke up. Proper English. Great. And then once you feel like your knees and your hips are moving in a nice fluid fashion, maybe add your head as well. So turn your head in the opposite direction of your knees and just get your whole body involved. Gently waking up, nervous system getting on board. Cool. Take one more time each side. And then knees to center, head to center. We're going to toe heel the feet in a little bit closer. So the heels are about hip width distance apart and heels a little closer to your bum. And then bring your hands down alongside your hips, palms facing down, rearrange your shoulder blades so they get comfortable. And then think about pressing gently into the backs of the arms. So we're pressing our arms into our mat. And then also think about pressing your sternum down into the mat. So you really feel a connect in the upper back body and the backs of the arms. Take a nice big breath there. Awesome. And then keep that press in the backs of the arms, press into your feet, lift your hips up into a bridge, just go as high as feels comfortable. And then think about for a moment, lifting the rib cage up, and then can you soften your sternum downward towards the floor, but keep the backs of the legs lifted. Take one good breath and then roll down from the sternum, roll gently down the spine. And then once your bum touches the ground, take a nice big inhale. Awesome. On your next inhale, press into your feet, press into the backs of your hands, lift your hips up, let the ribs lift, let the sternum lift. And then can you lower the sternum, but keep the legs lifted? Feel that connect in the back of your legs. And then roll down through the spine. Take a nice big inhale. Slow exhale. One more just like that. Inhale, press into the feet, press into the backs of the hands, roll up through the spine, let the ribs lift, let the sternum lift, and then keep the legs lifted, but can you lower the sternum down? Feel that connect at the backs of your legs. And then once you feel like you found it, roll down through the spine. And then once you're all the way down, pull both knees into your chest and give yourself a nice gentle rock side to side. Beautiful. Now we're going to keep our knees towards our chest, but relax your hands down. And we're going to start to draw circles with our knees. So imagine that you're making a kind of figure 8 or sort of windshield wiper action. So one knee goes in one's direction and the other knee kind of circles around and follows it. And as you start to make this motion, you might feel a little lengthening down in the low back. So let your tailbone or your bum start to kind of walk itself down towards the end of your mat. It's not a really big movement, but it just creates a little bit of space. And then take those knee circles and go in the other direction. So let one knee chase the other, just circling around. Hands are free, and we're just creating some space in the low back. Awesome. Take one more circle around in this direction. And then let both knees drop heavy towards the chest. Reach your hands up, give a nice gentle squeeze. And then we're going to hold on to the right knee, but send your left leg nice and long. Let that left heel touch the ground. And then anchor into your left leg. So think about pulling your left toes in towards you, and your left leg is a little bit sturdy on the ground. Draw your right knee in circles, go in one direction. And then draw that knee in circles, go the other way. Cool. Now we're going to floss the back of this leg. So we're going to re-grab the back of the thigh. Maybe you interlace your fingers there. And then heel is going to come more in line with the hip. So if it's way over your chest, push the heel forward, keep a micro bend in the knee. And then we're just going to take a couple bends and straighten that leg to start. Don't worry about what your foot is doing. Just send the heel up and lower it down. But remember to anchor into your left leg. Beautiful. One more lift and lower of that leg. And then gently pull that knee back into the chest. One nice good squeeze. Slide your left leg in. So feel your heel touching the floor the whole way down, and then pull it up to the chest. And we're going to switch sides. Right leg is going to extend nice and long. Anchor into that right leg. Draw your left knee in circles, go in one direction. And then draw your left knee in circles, go the other way, but anchor into your right leg. Cool. And then bring it in for a little hug, a squeeze, and then switch your grip. So you're holding onto the back of the thigh, maybe a little basket weave there. And then we're going to bring that heel in line with the hip, and then take a couple of lifts and lowers of that leg. And don't worry about what your foot is doing, but think about anchoring into that right leg. Nice. Take one more lift and lower of that leg. And then bend, pull that knee into the chest, and we're going to press into that right heel as we pull, drag that heel up, and then pull it up into your chest and give yourself a nice little squeeze. Beautiful. Now we're going to set the left foot down, knee is going to stay bent, and we're going to take the right knee as if we're taking it into a tree pose. So we're going to turn the knee out and then drop the knee down towards the earth, and then just give your hips a moment to settle in and notice. So depending on the variations of your external rotation in your hip, that knee might not soften all the way down. So just let it go where it naturally goes. Take one good breath. Pull the knee up towards the ceiling into your chest, bring the left knee into meet. And now we're going to reverse sides. So we're going to set the right foot down, knee is going to stay bent, release your grab from your left knee, turn the knee outward, and then let the knee drop down as if you're taking it into a tree pose, and then notice there. And you might even notice a slight variation from one leg to the other, just depending on that external rotation in your hips. Take a nice big breath. And then lift that knee back up, pull both knees back into your chest, give yourself a nice light squeeze. And now we're going to go a little bit further with that. So we're going to slide the left leg nice and long, foot all the way down to the ground, turn that right knee out, bring the right foot into that left inner thigh, find that left inner thigh, drop the knee down, take a breath. Pull the knee back up, pull both knees into the chest, give yourself a squeeze. And now we switch sides. Right leg is going to extend long. We're going to release our grab from the left knee, turn the knee out, let the left foot find the right inner thigh, let that left knee drop down just as far as it goes. Take a breath. Beautiful. And then pull that left knee up, pull the right knee into meet, both knees into the chest, give yourself a squeeze. And now we're going to rock and roll up to a seated ragdoll. So take a couple of rocks and rolls, find some momentum, come all the way up. Legs extend long with a nice generous bend in the knees. Think about lifting the belly up and over, lean the heart forward, and then reach down and catch hold of your toes. And then see here if you can make just a light compression on your belly. So if you're having a really wide stance, maybe just walk your feet a little bit closer so you can feel your thighs against your belly and your chest, and then take a nice big breath. Take one more breath here. And then come up nice and slow. We're going to step the feet in a little bit closer. So heels are about hip width distance apart, and heels are just a little closer to the bum. And then catch hold of the knees and move into a cat-cow here. Inhale, lift your heart, squeeze your shoulder blades. Exhale, hang onto those knees, round your back, and like get heavy back into your shoulders. Inhale, lift your heart, squeeze the shoulder blades. Exhale, round back and hang heavy in your shoulders. Nice. And then just keep that going. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale to round back. Stay connected with your breath. Just move with your breath's rhythm at a depth and a pace that feels good to you. Take one more cycle of breath. Awesome. And then lift yourself up and swing your legs around so that you can come onto all fours or into a tabletop position. And as you find your way there, just give a second to get yourself situated. Make sure your wrists feel comfortable, knees feel good and cushioned. Any little variations or adjustments that you need to make so that your tabletop feels nice. And then think about spreading your fingers nice and wide. Push into the floor, broaden your upper back body. Let your front body come up nice and strong. Feel that sense of firmness there, and then lengthen your neck. So you're gazing down between your thumbs. Take a nice big conscious breath here. Cool, and then slide your right foot back, toes curled under. Take a couple of gentle rocks forward and back just to bring some movement into the foot, into the heel, and into your calf. Cool, take one more rock forward and back. Now we're gonna keep that right leg out nice and long, but bring your shoulders back in line with your wrists. We're gonna take our left toes and swing them out to the left. So we're gonna pivot that foot out so that we can rotate. We're gonna start to think about picking that right hip up towards the ceiling and lifting the right leg up. Beautiful. Now this is our supported half moon. Reach your right hand up towards the ceiling, turn your head, look up if that feels good, and then just notice how that feels. So we use a lot of lift from the ribs, the side body nice and strong, and strength out of the legs. So if we come to class, part of the class later where we come into our full half moon, if you prefer this variation, come down onto the ground and find it here. Slowly bring it all back down into a tabletop, bop your hips a little bit side to side. And then we're gonna switch sides. So we're gonna slide the left foot back, toes curled under, take a couple of rocks forward and back. Beautiful. And then bring your shoulders back in line with your wrists. Swing your right foot out to the right. So we're going to pivot that knee and then start to rotate. The left hip is going to roll up towards the ceiling. Lift that left leg up and then think about lifting your left hand up and turning your head looking upward towards the ceiling. Notice your strength here. Ribs are lifting upward. Take one good breath. And then slowly bring it back down. Pivot that back foot around and then bop your hips a little bit side to side. Nice. From here, we're going to take it into our puppy pose. So keep your hips in line with your knees, walk your hands forward, drop your chest and forehead down, and take 3 nice deep breaths. On your next inhale, start to come back up into your tabletop position. Curl both sets of toes under. Pull your bum back to your heels, just go as far back as feels comfortable. And then if it feels really good, you can rock your hips a little side to side to bring a little bit of movement to the pinky toes and the big toes. But if that doesn't feel good to you, leave that part off and just go as gentle as your body asks you to. Awesome. Take one more moment here. And then come back up to a table, release your toes, pick up your right hand, turn your right fingers towards your right knee, like you're turning a doorknob, and then let your fingers rotate as far as they go. If they can point toward your knees, cool. Then set your palm down, feel that stretch in your palm and your wrist. And then if it feels good and you're in a good position, draw your hips back, peel your palm up, bring a little stretch all the way into your fingers. And then once you're all the way up, give that hand a good shake and then set it down around, fingertips pointing back towards the top of your mat. Awesome. Pick up your left hand, rotate those fingers towards your knee, just as far as they like to go. Palm into the earth, feel that stretch in your wrist and your palm. And then if it's available, pull your hips back, start to peel that palm up away from the floor, stretch through the fingers. Beautiful. And then give it a good shake and then turn it back around. Nice. Curl both sets of toes under, exhale up to a downward facing dog and take a couple gentle pedals of the legs here. Bend one knee and press into the opposite heel. Great. Take one more pedal of each leg, and then we're going to look forward and walk our feet up to meet our hands, come to a rag doll at the top of the mat. So feet are going to be about hip or shoulder width distance apart. Make some space for yourself here. Lift your belly, create some room for your belly, your chest, and then let everything hang nice and heavy. If it feels good, opposite wrist to opposite elbow, and then let gravity kind of drag. Let your elbows just get nice and heavy. Crown of the head nice and heavy. Soften everything towards the earth. Take a nice big breath. Take one more breath here. And then if you're holding onto your elbows, go ahead and let your fingers relax towards the ground. And then we're going to move into a halfway lift. So as you inhale, you're going to lift from the low belly, lengthen out through the crown of your head. Hands are going to glide to the shins. And then exhale, soften everything back down. And then we'll do that again. Inhale, hands glide to the shins, lengthen the spine. Exhale and soften back down. One more time, just like that. Inhale to that halfway lift. Exhale to soften down. And now we're going to bend the knees a lot. Pull the belly button in nice and strong from your navel center. Round and roll up. Come all the way up to standing. And then give yourself a second to get situated. Let your blood pressure return to normal. Get your clothes all settled on your body. And then find your way to the top of your mat. Find a mountain pose. Anchor into your feet. Press up through the crown of your head. Allow your shoulders to soften down. So we just find this nice long neck. Energy out through the fingertips. Take a nice big breath. Beautiful. Shift your weight over to your left foot slightly. Come back to center. Shift your weight over to your right foot slightly. Come back to center. Shift your weight over to your left foot. Peel your right heel up. Big toe stays on the ground. Set that heel down. Shift your weight over to your right foot. Peel your left heel up. Big toe stays on the ground. Lower that heel down. Come back to center. Nice. Shift your weight over to your left foot. Peel your right heel up, big toe stays on the ground. And then think about lifting the knee up, one breath, lower it back down, lower the heel, shift your weight over. Peel the left heel up, big toe stays on the ground, belly firms, lift the knee up, one breath, lower it down, and back to center. Awesome. Shift your weight over to your left foot, turn your right knee out, big toe stays on the ground. And then think about with one breath, just pulling the foot to the calf, and then release it down, rotate the knee, shift your weight over, peel your left toe, big heel, oh my goodness, peel your left heel up, turn your left knee out with the breath, lift that foot to the calf, and then lower it down, rotate, set it down. Awesome. Shift your weight over to your left foot one last time. Pick up the heel, rotate the knee out, pull the foot to the calf, bring the hands to your heart center, lift through the crown of your head, get nice and tall. And then release the toe down, rotate the knee, set the heel down, shift your weight, pick up the left heel, rotate the knee, pull that foot up to the calf, hands to heart center, get nice and tall, and come back to your breath. Beautiful. Set that toe down, rotate the knee, set the heel down, shift your weight back to center, find your mountain pose. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart center, hands down at your sides. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart center, hands down at your sides. One more time, just like that. Find your breath. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart center, hands down at your sides. Beautiful. Right hand's going to slap nice and firm against the thigh. Left hand's going to reach up. We're going to anchor into the left foot, lift through the left fingertips, and then lean over to the right. Take a nice big side bend here. And then take a moment to pause and notice your breath. Feel the breath in the left side of your body. One more breath. Awesome. Lift that left hand up. Left hand's going to slap nice and firm against the thigh. Right hand's going to reach up. We'll anchor into that right leg. Lift through the right fingertips. Lean over to the left. So find that big side bend. And then let your breath awareness come to the right side of your body. One more breath. Beautiful. Lift it up nice and slow. And then take a moment to pause and notice. Take a big breath and notice the side of your body. Awesome. Anchor back into your feet. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, we fold. So bend your knees, hinge at your waist, come all the way down. Inhale to a half forward fold. Exhale to soften back down. Step the right leg back to a 90-90 lunge. So we're going to bring that knee down, but we're going to square the lunge up. Pull that left hip crease back. Inhale, arms reach up, look up. Nice. And then we're going to rotate to the left. Left hand is going to come to the hip, right hand to the knee. Wedge against that knee so you can deepen into the twist if it feels good. Take one good breath. And then rotate back to center. Hands are gonna touch the ground, and then we're gonna curl the back toes under and pick up that back knee so we slide it into a nice high lunge. Beautiful. Heart forward, look forward, take a nice big breath. Awesome. Now we're gonna plant the palms, scooch that left knee out from your elbow, and then slide that foot back so you find your plank. Lovely. Bring your knees down, lower gently down onto your belly. Cool. And then once you found your way here, just take a second, shimmy out your hips, make sure your shoulders feel good, and then bring your hands alongside your shoulders with your elbows fairly soft in at your ribs. Low cobras here. Inhale, lift your heart up. Exhale, lower down. Now, walk your heels in a little closer to each other. Squeeze your inner thighs. Draw your tailbone towards your heels. Inhale up a low cobra. Exhale, lower down. Keep that squeeze between your inner thighs. Tailbone draws towards the heels. And then inhale, think about lifting through the crown of your head. Exhale, lower down. Awesome. Curl the toes under. Push your way up into a tabletop position. Walk your knees in so that they're in line with the hips. Left hand is going to walk in slightly under your nose. Swing your left foot out. Rotate. Open up into your half moon pose. Beautiful. Bring it back down. Readjust your table. And then we'll take it to the other side. Right hand walks in. Swing that right foot out. Lift that left leg up. Hip rotate. Arms extend up. Beautiful. Bring it back down. Curl the toes under. Exhaling up to downward facing dog and take a couple gentle pedals with the legs. Look forward. Walk, step, or hop your feet up to the top of your mat. Inhale to a half forward fold. Exhale to soften down, bend your knees a lot, pull your belly button in, roll on up to standing. Roll your shoulders around, down, and back. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, fold down, bend your knees, hinge at your waist. Inhale to a half forward fold. Exhale to soften down. Now we're gonna step that left leg back to that 90-90 lunge. So we're gonna bring that knee down, position yourself so you can square your lunge up. Nice, and then think about pulling that right hip back. Inhale, arms reach up and look up. Beautiful. Now we're going to rotate to the right. So bring that left hand to the right knee, right hand to the hip. Take an inhale, get tall, and let your exhale just draw you a little deeper into your twist if it feels good. Nice. And then rotate back around, hands to the ground. Slide that left foot back so we can curl the toes under and pick up that knee. Heart forward, look forward, and take a breath. Beautiful. Now we're going to scooch that knee out of our arm and then slide that foot back. Nice. Bring the knees down, lower gently onto your belly. Once you come down, bend both knees and give your heels a little swish side to side. Awesome. One more little swish side to side, and then relax your toes down to the ground. Push your way up into a tabletop position. Walk your right hand in slightly, swing your right foot out, extend your left leg and left arm, finding that supported half moon. Beautiful, and then bring it back in with control and switch sides. So left hand walks in slightly, we swing that left foot out, we pick that right leg up, rotate the hips upward. Beautiful. And then nice and slow and controlled, bring it all back in. Awesome. Curl the toes under, exhale up to a down dog. Take a couple gentle pedals of the legs. From here, pick up the heels, lower the knees, and we're going to take it into a child's pose or extended child's pose, whichever you like best. So either big toes together, knees together, or big toes together, knees out nice and wide, and then draw your butt back to your heels. Let your belly, your chest, and your forehead melt down and come back to your breath here. Take one more breath. On your next inhale, start to gently lift yourself back up into a tabletop position. And then when you're ready, curl the toes under, take it up to your downward facing dog. Soften your knees, look forward, walk, step, or hop your feet up to the top of your mat. Inhale to a half forward fold. Exhale to soften down, press firm into your feet. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Hands to heart center, hands down at your sides. And as it is 8:30, if you've got to get on with the rest of your day, I hope that it's beautiful and amazing. And if you're sticking around, let's pick up the pace just a little bit. Find your mountain pose, anchor into your feet. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale and fold down. Inhale to half forward fold. Exhale to soften down. Step the right leg back. We're going to come to warrior two. Drop the back heel down, turn the toes out 45. Right hand spins you up. And then just make sure your legs feel comfortable. Readjust as needed. And then think about lifting from the soles of the feet up the side body, out through the fingertips, nice and strong. Gaze over that left hand and take a breath. Cool. From here, we're going to take that back hand, one bow and arrow here. So we're going to bring that hand forward, clasp. So we're going to grab with the hand, pull back, release your palm into peaceful warrior. Back hand drops down, front hand reaches up. Beautiful. Now we're going to spin that left hand down to the ground, bring your right hand to your hip, locate the floor, and then think about pulling that right knee in. So we're going to pull the knee in and push the knee out just a little bit. We're just finding strength in that standing leg. Pull the knee in and push the knee out. One more just like that. Pull the knee in, push the knee out. Nice. And then step that right leg up to meet the left. Rotate yourself into a little forward fold. Bend your knees a lot. Pull your belly button in. Roll up to standing. Beautiful. Take a second to shrug out those shoulders and then find your mountain pose again. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale and fold. Inhale to a half forward fold. Exhale to soften down. Left leg back. We're going to find warrior two to the other side. So drop the heel down, turn the toes out. Left hand spins you up. And then just take a second here to make sure you feel like you're nice and stable in your base. Lifting energy up from the soles of the feet, up the side body, out through your fingertips. Look past your right hand and take a breath. Now one bow and arrow, we're going to take that left hand, bring it forward, clasp the hand, grab through the fingers, pull back nice and strong, release that hand into peaceful warrior. Left hand drops back, right hand reaches up. Beautiful. And then bring your left hand to your hip, soften that front knee. Right hand's going to touch the ground. We're going to pull the knee in and push the knee out. Pull the knee in and push the knee out. Just finding strength in that standing leg. Pull the knee in, push the knee out, and then rotate slightly so you can bring that left foot to meet the right into a little forward fold. Beautiful. Bend your knees a lot. Pull your belly button in. Roll on up to standing. Roll the shoulders down and back. Find your mountain pose. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale and fold. Inhale to a half forward fold. Exhale to soften down. Right leg back, warrior two. Drop the heel, turn the toes out. Right hand spins you up. Arrange your feet as needed. Back hand's gonna reach forward. Grab, pull back, release. Peaceful warrior, lift that front hand up. Beautiful. Spin those hands down on the ground, pivot on your back heel so you come into a lunge. Lovely. Plant the palms, step back to plank. Lower your knees and we're going to lower with control. We're going to rotate the eyes of the elbows. Elbows are going to hug in towards the ribs as we use the triceps to lower. Nice. And then rearrange your shoulders as needed. Hands alongside your shoulders. Elbows soften at your ribs. A nice big cobra here. Inhale, lift your heart just as high as you like. Exhale, lower down, curl the toes under, either come through a tabletop or through a plank. Find your way up to a downward facing dog. Right leg up into three-legged dog. Think about keeping your hips square and your shoulders stable. One more breath. And then we're going to think about hiking that leg up nice and high. So let your back heel lift. And then step that foot up as far as it will go into a lunge. Beautiful. And then step that left foot up to meet. So we come into a forward fold. Nice. Inhale to a half forward fold. Exhale to soften down. Press firm into your feet. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Hands to heart center. Hands down at your sides. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale and fold. Inhale to a half forward fold. Exhale to soften down. Left leg back, warrior two. We drop the back heel down, turn the toes out about 45. Left hand spins you up. Get yourself situated here. Make sure everything feels like it's in a good position. Extend out through the arms, lift energy up through the feet. Back hand is gonna reach forward, grab, pull back nice and strong, release, peaceful warrior. And then spin those hands down to the ground, pivot on your back heel. Beautiful. Plant the palms, step back to plank. Lower your knees, rotate the eyes of your elbows towards the top of the mat, hug your elbows into the ribs, lower with control. Beautiful. Take a second, shimmy out your shoulders. We're gonna bend the right knee, right heel is gonna come in nice and close to the butt. Reach your hand back, just see if you can catch hold of that foot. Give it a little hug, a squeeze if it feels good. And then gently release, lower that foot with control. Take it to the other side, bend that left knee. Reach back, see if you can catch hold of the foot, or just hug the heel in toward your bum. Hands free is fine as well. And then when you're ready, release, lower that foot with control. Awesome. One nice cobra here, as high as you like. Inhale, lift your heart up. Exhale, lower down. Find your way through plank or through table up to a downward facing dog. Left leg up into three-legged dog. Keep your shoulders even and your hips nice and square. One more breath. And then think about lifting that leg up and let that right heel lift so that you can reach that foot through and find a lunge. Beautiful. Help it along if you need to, and then step that back foot up to meet. Come to your forward fold. Inhale to a half forward fold. Exhale to soften down, press firm into your feet. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Hands to heart center. Press your palms together, elbows wide. Shift your weight over to your left foot. Pick up your right heel, turn the knee out. Slide that foot to the calf. Take one good breath. Lift the foot away from the calf. Rotate the knee. Set your foot down. Shift your weight over. Peel your left heel up. Turn the knee out. Lift the knee. Slide the foot into the calf. Lift the calf away from the, lift the foot away from the calf. Rotate the knee. Set your foot down and let your hands come down at your sides. Nice. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale and fold. Inhale to a half forward fold. Exhale to soften down. Step the right leg back, warrior two. Drop the back heel, turn the toes out. Right hand spins you up. One bow and arrow pull here. Take that back hand, bring it forward, grab, nice and strong. Pull back, release, peaceful warrior. Drop the back hand, reach the front hand up. Beautiful. And now we're going to spin the hands down to the ground and think about coming into our half moon here. So if you like to use your block, just grab your block, keep it right at the front of your mat, and then think about shifting your weight into that front leg. And you might be happy here, just keeping that toe on the ground and extending your arm up. But if it feels good to straighten the leg, lift the hips so they rotate upward towards the ceiling. Either look forward, look down, or turn your head and look up towards the sky, whichever feels like the best way to go for you. Great, and then when you're ready, we're gonna think about setting that right leg to the back edge of the mat. So we're gonna come back into a lunging shape. So with control, can you put that foot back at your mat? Lovely, plant the palms, step the front foot back to plank. Lower with control, bring your knees down, hug your elbows in. Awesome, press your toenails into the earth, draw your tailbone towards your heels, create some space in your low back. Inhale, lift your heart up nice and high. From here, curl your toes under. Can you take it up to downward facing dog? Beautiful. Right leg up into three-legged dog, bend the knee and let your hip roll open. Awesome. And then when you're ready, step that foot up to the top of your mat or just as far as it goes, and then help it along the rest of the way. Nice. Pick that left leg up, bring it up to meet. Inhale to a half forward fold. Exhale to soften down. Press firm into your feet. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Hands to heart center. Hands down at your sides. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale and fold. Inhale to a half forward fold. Exhale to soften down, left leg back, warrior two. We drop the heel down, turn the toes out, left hand spins you up. Make sure you feel like you're solid in your foundation. And then we take that back hand, bring it forward, grab, strong arm, pull back, release, peaceful warrior, drop the back hand, reach the front hand up. Nice, and then spin those hands down to the ground, either locate your block or the floor, and then think about starting to lift that back leg up. Now you might be totally happy here with that hip rotating up towards the ceiling and the toe still on the ground, but if it feels good to extend, maybe think about straightening your standing leg, push out through that left heel, left arm extends up, and then your head goes wherever it likes, down at the floor, straight forward, or up towards the ceiling, whatever helps you maintain a balance. Lovely, and then when you're ready, think about stepping that foot to the back of the mat. So we come into a lunge. Beautiful, and then plant the palms, step it back to a plank. Nice, bring your knees down, hug your elbows in, lower with control. Inhale up to a nice high cobra. And then think about curling toes under and lifting up to down dog. Beautiful, left leg up into three-legged dog. Bend that knee, let the hip roll open. And then when you feel like it, bring that left foot up to the top of your mat, finding a lunge, helping it along. Awesome, and then think about popping that right foot up to meet. Nice, from here, we're gonna lower down to the ground. So think about bending your knees, pick up your heels, roll into a little ball, tuck your chin into your chest, take a nice big breath. And then set your butt down and come into your butterfly position or cobbler's pose. So soles of the feet together, knees out to the left and the right. Grab your toes, get nice and tall. One breath, exhale, lean your heart forward. Inhale, come right back up. Catch the outsides of your thighs, help your knees come together. Curl your tailbone under, roll your way down to the ground. Great, and then once you've found your way down, give pause for a moment. Become aware of the floor beneath you. Take a nice big breath. Awesome. We're going to take the right leg across the left, and 3 times we're going to go hands free. So we're going to keep a light flex in that right foot. Hands are going to stay on the ground, or you can wedge into your elbows, whichever feels better. We're going to inhale and lift the left knee up, and exhale, lower it back down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower. One more just like that. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower. Great. And now we're going to reach our right hand up to that right thigh and then just bring a little bit of movement into that right thigh. Think about pulling the knee in and then pushing the knee away. Take a couple more just like that. Beautiful. And then the next time you press that knee open, think about lifting the left leg up. Maybe you reach through, grab the back of the thigh or the top of the shin, whichever feels like a nice way to go. And then think about drawing the legs comfortably in, but softening the shoulders down and making space with your breath. Take one more breath here. And now we're going to see if we can free up our right hand. We're going to take our right peace fingers and see if you can grab hold of your right big toe. So we're going to take a little grab of that toe. And then once you feel like you've got hold of that toe, you're going to let go of your grab from your left leg, let your left foot touch down, extend your right heel up towards the ceiling. And then with that grab, if you can, take that leg out to the right just as far as feels comfortable. And then when you feel good and ready, draw it back in gently. We're going to switch grips, but this time we're going to take our left hand to the outside of the calf and then bring the leg slightly across the body. So we're not going to go too far. You might feel a little tug in the back of the hamstring or along the IT band. Take one good breath. Cool. And then gently release, bend that knee, set it down, set up for the other side. Left leg is going to come across the right 3 times, hands free. So either elbows on the ground or hands down, totally up to you. But inhale, lift the right leg up. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Nice. One more just like that. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower. Left hand to that left knee, and we're just going to draw the knee in and push the knee away. Take a couple times just like that. So we're just moving out of that hip socket, internal rotation, external rotation. Beautiful. One more, in and out, and then keep that knee out, lift the right leg up, and then reach the hands through. Maybe you grab the back of the thigh or the top of the shin or any other way that feels good to you. And then think about softening your shoulders, make space for your breath. One more breath here. And then can you release your left hand? Find your peace fingers and grab hold of that left big toe. And then once you feel like you've got that grab of the toe, let go of the right thigh, let the right foot touch down, release your left heel up towards the ceiling. So you might be feeling a gentle stretch in the back of the leg. And then if it feels good, take it out to the left just as wide as feels comfortable. Nice. And then when you're ready, pull that leg back in. Right hand is going to reach over and catch the outside of that calf, and then bring the leg slightly across your center line. So maybe you'll feel a stretch in the IT band or in the back of the hamstring, just depending on the variations within your own body. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, release, bring it back in. We're going to hug the knees into the chest, give yourself a little squeeze, and then set up for your happy baby. So take your knees a little wider towards your shoulders. You might be happy staying here, but if it feels good and you like to float your feet up, maybe you reach up and grab the blade edges of your feet or your big toes, whatever feels good, or just the backs of the thighs. And then think about for a moment, snuggling your shoulders down, let your tailbone get nice and heavy, and take a nice big breath. Awesome. And then find a little rocking or any little organic movement here. Move gently in the legs, gently in the feet, rock your hips, anything that feels good. Great. And then from here, we're going to take it into legs up the wall. So think about releasing your grab from your feet, floating your feet upward towards the ceiling, keeping a micro bend in the knees so you feel like you're really comfortable in the backs of the legs. Let your arms just drop out at your sides. And then we're going to bring our awareness up to our feet. So we're going to spread the toes as wide as you can, really work through the muscles and the bones in the feet, and then relax the toes. Spread your toes as wide as you can, and then relax. One more just like that. Spread your toes as wide as you can, and then relax. Nice. And then like you're trying to make little prayer hands with your feet, bring the soles of the feet together and release. Bring the soles of the feet together and release. One more just like that. Bring the soles of the feet together and release. Nice. And then twirl your toes in one direction. And then twirl your toes in the other direction. Beautiful. And then give your legs a nice soft shake. Just gently rock them all out. And then we're going to float the feet down, come back to a constructive rest position. So feet to the outer edges of your mat, knees collapsing towards each other. We're going to finish our practice before we hit our Shavasana with a Brahmari or bee buzzing breath. So it's a little bit hard to teach sometimes in a group setting just because you close your eyes and you plug up your ears and you hum. So it kind of eliminates all the external sounds. So we're just going to take 10 breaths. You're going to work at your own pace. And then once you've completed your 10 breaths, you'll start to find your way to your Shavasana. So when we take a bee buzzing breath, you'll want to plug up your ears. So you'll take your thumbs and just gently close your ears. You'll cover your eyes. You'll inhale. And then as you exhale, you'll make a humming sound like a bee. So if you like, assuming that it feels like a safe and comfortable space, otherwise you might just want to gently hover your hands over your eyes and maybe not eliminate the sound altogether. So you just find the version that feels the safest and most comfortable to you right now. But if it feels good, eyes closed, ears plugged, inhale, exhale, make a hum. And then take about 9 more breaths, just working at your pace. When you feel like you've done about 10 breaths, allow your arms to rest at your sides and then start to find your way into your Shavasana shape. You might opt to stay in that constructive rest position or any other variation that feels nice to you and allows you to come into a little stillness. Give your body a moment to settle in. And then once you feel like you've found a nice restful position, allow your breath to just return to its natural rhythm. Invite a sense of soft heaviness into your limbs. Arms and legs are nice and heavy. Start to bring your awareness back into your body. Become aware of the floor beneath you and the ceiling above you as you gently move your fingers, move your toes, move into your wrists and into your ankles. Find any other gentle movement here that allows you to reawaken into your body. And then if it feels really good, take that good morning stretch and just take that big yawn stretch from fingers to toes, really lengthen out, allow the breath to fill you up. And then in your own way, slowly, gently, mindfully start to find your way up to a comfortable seated position. Awesome. And then once you found your way up, just give a second to settle in. Make sure your sits bones feel good. You feel like you have a nice, comfortable placement of your body. And to finish, we're going to do just a little bit of stimulation for the vagus nerve. So just see if you can just scoop your hair out of the way or anything that might be around your neck. And then we're going to take right hand to the left side of the neck and put a light press, just gently press your palm into the skin. And then we're going to keep that gentle press as you rotate the head. So you'll start to feel the skin and the tissue move underneath your hand as you gently turn your head side to side. So you kind of want to hold that skin or connective tissue in place, turning your head from side to side. Take one more turn each side. And then come back to center and switch hands. So the other hand is going to reach across, put a light, gentle press, and then start to rotate your head side to side. So we're keeping that press on the hand, the skin and the connective tissue being held in place, move underneath. So you feel that nice turning sensation. Nice. Take one more turn each side. And then bring your head back to center and let your hands rest comfortably on your knees with your palms facing up. And now you might notice some warmth in your palms. And you might still feel a little bit of a warmth from your palms against your neck. Take one more breath here. And then on your next inhale, gather your hands together at heart center in Anjali Mudra. Thumbs to sternum, prayer hands together, bowing your head to your heart. Breathing in love and gratitude for yourself, for your mind, for your body, and for all of your hard work. Breathe in a little extra love and gratitude for your friends, for your family, for your pets. And then breathe in a little extra love and gratitude for those that it's hardest to find love and gratitude for. Gently lift up through the top of your head. Gently open your eyes. I bow to you. Happy Thursday.